Imagine going into a race weekend and saying that any one of 18 drivers could win the championship. You'd think that was a bit weird, right? Or you'd probably think, are there only 5 rounds in this championship? What if I told you then we were going into round 14 and 15? Yeah, that's the situation Formula E finds itself in as we return to Tempelhof for the Berlin ePrix. The final doubleheader, and much like last season where it held the final 6 rounds in 9 days, we've got 2 layouts to contend with. The first, the one we've all come to know and love. The second one is a reverse version of it, a bit like what we saw for part of last season. But what can I say about this track? What can I say about what we're going to be seeing? Well, what I can say is we can expect to see a lot of contention between different drivers. One of the things that we can look out for if we want to read off of last season, when we had the forward and backward versions, put your money on Techeetah. They may currently be 4th in the standings, some 17 points off of Envision at the top. But at the same time, they won the last 2, and it was around the airport in Berlin that is famed for the Berlin airlift in the Cold War that Antonio Felix da Costa was able to stamp his authority and win the title last season. He's currently 15 points behind title leader Nick de Vries, so he could really go for it. But at the same time, like I said, any one of 18 people is still in mathematical contention. The only ones that aren't, Nico Müller, who's missed the last couple of rounds and had Joel Eriksson take his place due to other commitments, Sebastian Buemi, Nato, Sitakamara, Turvey, Blomqvist, and yeah, like I said, Eriksson. That said, every one of the 25 drivers we've had this season has scored points. I certainly am looking forward to seeing how this will unfold, though, especially in some of the more fascinating kind of tie-breaking style situations. Because we've got a few people coming in who will be tied on points. Degrassi and Gunther, for example, in a Audi versus BMW battle. That'll be a lot of fun to see, especially because their two teams are separated by just 9 points. And given that Audi's team is outright leaving Formula E at the end of the season, and Andretti is losing BMW from their lineup, it'll be interesting to see which of those 2 hometown teams will take the spoils. I mean, they're not the only hometown teams. We've still got Porsche. We've still got Mercedes. But at the same time, it's the BMW I Berlin ePrix. But BMW doesn't necessarily have a particularly great reputation around the track. We have seen the likes of Daniel Abt go well in Berlin before, but that wasn't necessarily Tempelhof. But at the same time, Audi seem to be the one that's been a bit quicker. If you look at the track records that you can see listed, you've got 2 records for the 18-19 version of the track, and for the 2020 extended version of the track that are held by Lucas Di Grassi. But what I can say is I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season unfolds. It could be anyone's game. Right up at the top, you've got De Vries having a 6-point advantage over Franz, has an 8-point advantage over Bird and Dennis. But I really don't know how this is going to pan out. I think that's one of the things I love about Formula E. It's to the point where it's like, who cares who wins? Well, the teams do, the drivers do, and a lot of their fans do. But for me, I'm just sitting here going, let's see some racing. Because we could fully walk out of this with Alexander Sims being the champion. And that would be one hell of a way to end the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.